What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video today, and in this video I'm going to be taking a look at some new releases from U-Model. Now, I have talked about this brand a little bit beforehand. I think I made a mention of it in a previous Aero Classics release video with a couple of Airbus A300s that were announced by Aero Classics under the U-Model brand, but here I have just a completely separate U-Model release video that I want to make because there are some interesting stuff in here. I've already seen all the releases. Someone posted this in another place that I frequent for the latest news in the model airplane industry and whatnot, and I thought it was really interesting to see all these releases, so I figured why not take a look at them. All of them are A300s that I do have here, but I do have a poster that I came across where there are a couple 707s. It looks like both of them are CAAC operated, but everything else is A300, so we'll take a look at those here. So we have a Unitop Airlines. This is one of the many Chinese airlines that are out there, both existing and defunct. There's also a CAAC A300 here with a... no, I don't think that's a different livery, actually. It's very... well, no, it is a bit different than the 707 because it does have a red stripe on it. Kind of like a China Eastern hybrid in a way, which, this next one here, which is a China Eastern, you can see very much the similarities. But this one does have a cargo door up at the front, so this is a freighter variant as specified on the graphic. And here's a really interesting release for our U.S. folks, American Airlines, an A300. And I assume this is going to be the polished one based on how it looks. Because originally American had the A300s painted gray because Airbus, they didn't make the aircraft with the aluminum that was common on most U.S.-built aircraft. It was instead composite, but I think they agreed to eventually build some with aluminum so that they could achieve the polished look, since you can't do that with composite material. Then we have a Lufthansa A300 in the old livery, the first one, I believe, based on the registration sequencing. An Air France A300, very old livery right here. I love these really old liveries. And then there's also Air Niugini, I think is how you say it, A300B4. I like the bird that's present on this livery. Very colorful. Kind of looks like a hummingbird or a woodpecker or something of that nature. And then there's a pair of Continentals. We have a meatball livery, the red meatball variant, and also the Globe livery. So I know a friend who's going to be going crazy trying to get his hands on those two, possibly more the Globe than anything. And then a Pan Am A300 is to round out the full releases from U-Model. So kind of an interesting manufacturer. They are Chinese, so some of their releases will focus on that market, but here they've chosen a lot of Western markets to represent. You have, of course, the U.S. market, a couple European releases in there. I'm not too familiar with the Air Niugini, so I'll do just a quick on-the-spot research. So they're the flight carrier of Papua New Guinea. Okay, so that is something to take note of there. And they've been in operation since 1973, and I guess they're still around, too. And currently they have quite the wide variety of a fleet. They have A220s on order, and they begin late next year on deliveries. A couple wet leased aircraft, like a 738 and a 763, but they do have a couple of their own. They're going to get some 787-8s in the future, and then they have some Fokker 70 100s, and also a handful of Dash 8 Q400s. So that is just a quick look at their fleet. And they also have a Link PNG, so like a express service within Papua New Guinea, they have Dash 8s, smaller 200 and 300 variants in there. And they did operate the A300B4 between 1984 and 1989, and they were leased. So they had 3 of them per the Wikipedia page that I came across for the airline. So just wanted to do a quick on-the-spot research for that airline to get a little more familiar with it. But some awesome releases from U-Model, and there's been a lot of talk I've seen about them with the A300 and all that, and they've done, I think they did a China Northern that I remember seeing in an Aero Classics batch, and then they've done a couple of others as well. And I think the Hawker Trident that I covered in the Aero Classics releases video last week, I believe that one was also a U-Model release, but it does not appear on the website anymore, so it looks like that has since sold out. So we'll see how that goes. And another thing I do want to mention with them too is I don't see them available at a lot of mainstream retailers because obviously the brand is Chinese, so I think they're really only available at those retailers from China, but I think there are a select few retailers in the Western world that do stock U-Model, but I'm not sure which ones those are. So I'll have to do some research and figure out which ones they are and where I can get these and where you guys can get these, of course, as well. so that you can pick these up if you're interested in any of the U model releases. So definitely be interesting to cover them more as we head into 2025. I'll have to find a more official channel to get the latest news with this manufacturer, since again, they are very interesting and I'd love to cover them more with new releases and whatnot here on the channel. But I figured this would be a nice little release video for the weekend, as I'm done with finals now, so I'm moved into my winter break period. So we'll be seeing a little bit uptick in videos. Last few of my Florida excursion videos will be coming out, and then we'll move into 2025 with a lot more exciting things to come as we head into the new year. With that being said, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.